We're currently in the month of March, and March is Women's History Month, which means it's important to be highlighting some important resources and some important women business owners here throughout the greater West Bloomfield community. Here to tell us some more information, we have the Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, Suzanne Levine, joining us right now in the Splash. Suzanne, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Always a pleasure to talk with you. Really interested in getting into this conversation. How is the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce celebrating Women's History Month this year?
Well, I do believe that we celebrate our women business owners and leaders every day. One of the ways is that we have special occasions like our Women's Inspiration Network, that hosts special women leaders. They give talks about some of their journeys that they've had to navigate. And so we always try to do things of that nature to try to help our women in business, because we know that they have certain obstacles that men don't have to share.
That's absolutely right. There are certain obstacles that women business owners have to deal with that male business owners don't have to. Could you relay some of those hardships to us here on the Splash?
Well, it's often more difficult for women to borrow money than men. It's often more difficult for women to be taken seriously, especially in a boardroom, or for their voice to be heard. So one of the things we try to do is we try to connect them with the Great Lakes Women's Business Council, which offers free advice. They give them opportunities to get grants and loans, help them with their business plan. And we also have other women that offer financial counseling to women, because they do have different needs. So we do whatever we can to support our women business owners and our women leaders, because it's really important for the next generation to understand their role and hopefully make life better for everyone, not just for women.
That's all anybody wants. We want to see these businesses succeed. And Suzanne, what have been some success stories you've seen from maybe some local female-owned businesses right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community?
Well, you can see that Closet Envy, which is a high-end consignment shop, they are doing extremely well. Our Nothing Bundt Cake, she has several locations, not just in West Bloomfield. We have a lot of business owners that are in the beauty salon business, and they are thriving. So there are lots of ways that women can thrive and survive. And we have a lot of women in leadership at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. So it's really great to see these women, and they offer their advice, their journey, some of the obstacles that they encountered and how they overcame them. And that's what we're here for. We're actually here for the entire community, but it's nice to be able to help certain specific areas of the community that seem to need a little more support.
That's absolutely right. For those just joining us right now on the Splash Live, we have Suzanne Levine, the Executive Director of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, here to talk about Women's History Month and promoting and helping female-owned businesses here in Greater West Bloomfield. And Suzanne, what is some advice you can offer to women who are looking to start their own business in this area of Michigan?
I think the best advice is make sure that the market isn't saturated with your kind of business. It's going to be very difficult in this very competitive market to set you apart. You can contact Oakland County and see how many of those type of businesses exist in our area. You can call the township, you can call the chamber, but make sure that you are committed to this enterprise and that you understand all the implications of your business. Do you have a business plan? Do you have the financial backing? Are you able to sustain if you have a couple bad months? What about employee retention is the most important thing, because one bad interaction with an employee can ruin your business. So, trying to guide them in that way. But I think trying to figure out what makes them unique, what makes your business stand out, because competition is never going away. So let's try to have a plan so that we can make sure that you succeed.
That's absolutely right. Couldn't have said it better myself. And Suzanne, throughout the month of March, Women's History Month, you've been making the rounds a little bit. You recently had an appearance on the Thais Leverett show to talk about women in business and to talk about yourself. What was that experience like?
The experience was great. She is really a star in the making. She knew exactly the right kind of questions to ask to get the kind of response and made me feel so comfortable. So it was really, truly great. And I think we need more women interviewing women to hear their stories because we all can glean some sort of a lesson from this. I know my journey is different than other women, but I think it's really important. The other thing is to mentor other women, especially younger women. I think it's really important to make sure that we understand it's not competition. These are our future leaders. These are people that we want to see in our community, make a difference. And so I think it's really important to try to find someone that needs your help and guide them along the way.
That's certainly right. That's all great things we can do to help these business owners. One more quick question, Suzanne, before we let you go. And you just touched on this a little bit, but how can the community better support women-owned businesses here in West Bloomfield?
I think the best way is if we have like another women's pop-up like we did last year at Orchard Mall. It was great. We had about 60 businesses of independently owned women businesses. They can also support by calling the chamber or calling the township, trying to find out who these business owners are. Go and visit them. Go into a Closet Envy or a Nothing Bund Cakes or a beauty salon and introduce yourself. Maybe you want to try out their product. I think it's really important, obviously, to support every member of our community. Our businesses, especially our small to medium-sized businesses, are the backbone of our, not just our township, but of our nation. So whatever we can do to support them would be great. And also, I want to give a shout out to all the moms out there because they have the most important job of anyone. And a lot of us multitask. We are career women, but we also have an important job in raising healthy, productive people that will be our future. So shout out, thank you to all the women that are mothers. We really appreciate you and hope to support you in the future.
That's absolutely right. One of the most important jobs in the world. Hi, Mom. I know my mom's probably watching. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining us today here on The Splash Live.
And she did a good job with you, so you can tell her I said so.